let's try to see how from Gold Coast to Ghana we have transitioned from nationalist movements to political parties. The first ever nationalist movement we had in Ghana was called the Aborigines Right Protection Society, which was formed in the year 1897 by people such as J.W. Say, J.E. Casely Hayford, and John Mensah Saba. They formed this to combat the British Crown land ordinances of 1894 and 1897. After them, National Congress of British West Africa was formed by J.E. Casely Hayford, and this one sought to bring the elites from countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia to make sure they also form part of the government. After them, in 1947, Ghana had a political party known as United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, which was formed by the people we call the Big Sis, together with people such as Harris Blay, J.W. de Graaf Johnson. And later, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah became the secretary of the party. But later, when Kwame Nkrumah had a fallout with the party, he had to create his own political party, which he called CPP in 1949, together with people such as Kojo Botu, K. Bedema, among others. And then in 1951, we had a group known as Togoland Congress. This Togoland Congress, under the leadership of SG and Tor, what he sought to do was to ensure that British Togoland was united with French Togoland. He did not want it to be united with the Gold Coast. After them, somewhere in April 1954, we had the Northern People's Party, NPP. This political party was created to advance the interests of the Northern people of Ghana, and it was led by people such as S.D. Dombo, C.K. Tedam, Tolinaya Optali, and also somebody like Mumuni Baumia, the father of the current flag bearer of the NPP. After them, somewhere in September, we had a movement known as the National Liberation Movement. This National Liberation Movement, NLM, was formed by a man called Bafo Osei Yao Akoto, who was a senior linguist of the then Asante Hene, to advance the interests of the Asantes and also to oppose the CPP. Fast forward in July 1957, we had also a group called the Ganshifimokwe. Ganshifimokwe was more like an association of the Gans which was created in Accra. What they sought to do was enshrined in the statement Gameashipon, Gameanoni. It means the land of the Gans belong to the Gans. So they wanted to preserve the land solely for the Gans. However, in October 1957, all these parties I have mentioned, they came together to form the United Party, which was led by Buzia, the then leader of the National Liberation Movement. So all these parties, together with other parties such as Anglo Youth Organization, the Muslim Association Party, MAP, they all came together and they formed the United Party because Dr. Kwame Nkrumah had then passed a law which barred people from creating political parties and movements from religious lines, ethnic lines, and also regional lines. Then CPP continued ruling until 1966, when it was overthrown by the National Liberation Council, NLC, which was led by people such as Afrifa and then Kotoka. They also ruled until 1969, when they decided to give power back to the civilian government. That was the Progress Party, which was an offshoot of the United Party. So Progress Party had Prime Minister Buzia as one of the heads, and also Edward Akufo-Addo being the president. They also ruled until 1972, when they were ousted by the National Redemption Council, NRC, under the leadership of Colonel Ignatius Kutu Achampong. So he said Ghana needed to be self-reliant and also feed itself. So it operated an agrarian economy. NRC also went on until it effected a name change in 1975. However, in 1978, General Frederick Williams Akufo, with the name Supreme Military Council 2, came and ousted the Achampong government, which had effected a name change to Supreme Military Council 1. Supreme Military Council 2 ruled until 1979, when they were overthrown by the Armed Force Revolutionary Council under the leadership of Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. He ruled for about 112 days, and then he gave power back to a civilian government after election was conducted, and the People's National Party (PNP) under the leadership of Dr. Hila Liman won and became the president of the Third Republic. However, on 31st December 1981, the military bounced back again under the leadership of Flight Lieutenant Jory John Rawlings, but this time under the new name Provisional National Defense Council, and overthrew the Hillary Liman's government and continued ruling until pressures from the international communities on him to adopt democracy pressured him to change the name from PNDC to NDC in 1992. After Ghana adopted a constitution, he continued ruling until he gave power to the new Patriotic Party, which was born out of the Progress Party. So these are the dominant political parties and movements that have taken the political space of Ghana from Gold Coast era. Thank you.